Really good idea. For any of my games, if you want to playtest them, you don't have to go to my location, my office, corporate office to do it. I'm going to do something called, for all the single player and multiplayer games, although the multiplayer may be more localized and online. There may be a few online, but most of them are going to be localized, we'll see. And no, we're not going to have completely unfair microtransaction. If we have to have them, it'll be like Helldivers 2, and we'll basically refund somebody if kid spends all their parents' money on it. But, even if it's a single player game, here's my proposal. Once we think the game is ready, we're not going to release it. Instead, we're going to do a beta release, otherwise known as the bug test phase. How you get a code to access this is you go to our website, sign up online, select your preferred platform, and then you can play test the game on all platforms, including PlayStation, which will probably have a special edition controller for it. We don't know yet. And you can actually test if the game runs well. By doing that, testing if the game runs well, and how you're going to be able to do that, you know how you're going to be able to do that? So you enter in the code, and you'll get the full game as a beta test. However, your job in the beta test will be to report glitches. That's where there's going to be a function that comes in where you can actually, in the beta tests, where you can actually use capture mode. You can use the photo mode in the game, and then there'll be a specific option to report a bug through the photo mode. It will still be in the base game if we miss any, but it'll basically only be there if you just only be there for one way through like the settings menu, and you could just. But the thing is, by doing this, we're gonna basically make sure the games run well at release, and we're gonna have as many people as we want play testing them for free. And if the bug is so severe, we might actually end up paying you to report it. $15 to $50, depending on how game-breaking the bug is. And if it is severe, we will do multiple beta tests. If the game-breaking bugs are severe enough. That way, we can communicate with players who sign up for the beta tests, or beta test, whatever it ends up, whenever is necessary, to play. However, in order to actually do this, you're going to need to be able to actually pre-order the game before you play it through the beta test. Once the beta test is open, you can pre-order the game. However, if it's a site like GameStop or Amazon, I'm so sorry. Unless if you pre-order it in store at GameStop and show your receipt, you cannot enter the beta test through online Amazon or GameStop ordering. Mainly because they only back order the item, and they basically charge you when it ships. So basically, you need to go to a store that charges you at the moment the beta test starts. And then you need to basically enter your receipt. And if we've verified that it's already charged you for the pre-order, and that's not, if you promise not to cancel, we will give you the beta test code. We'll only let you still beta test with the cancellation if you explain some financial situation to us. So yeah, see ya. Bye.